Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second episode of Meyer on the Move. You joined us for our first pilot episode with Mayor Francis Suarez of the city of Miami, and today's special guest is none other than Valentina Mussi.
Hi.
Of the Sweet Portfolio, or at Sweet Portfolio on Instagram and TikTok. We figured the mayor gave us a lot of information about what's going on in the city with tech, with finance, with development, sea level rise, and a lot of stuff integral to Miami's infrastructure. But today we're going to talk about everybody's favorite topic, or at least my favorite topic, which is food. And there is no better expert than Valentina from Sweet Portfolio to discuss the topic of food. Valentina manages an Instagram page with, 500,000 followers?
Yeah, so I'm almost at 600K on Instagram and almost 1.5 million on TikTok.
So when she posts a video of an ice cream cone with oozing chocolate and sprinkles, it gets like 5 to 50,000 views or something like that. So Valentina knows all things Miami and food. And so one of the greatest things about the lifestyle in Miami is our food life. We have some of the best restaurants, pop-ups, food and wine, Miami Spice.
It's so many things going on. It's hard to keep up. There's something new every single month or week, really. So many festivals and events. It's hard to keep track, really.
So let's talk about I don't know if you want to throw anybody under the bus here, but what are some of your favorite spots, some of the cool things that are going on in Miami in the food scene?
Well, there's so much going on, so it's really hard to just mention one thing at a time. But I think what we really have to highlight right now is all these new food groups from other states and other countries that are expanding in Miami. I mean, we have Carbone with Major Food Group, and they're just taking over the hottest neighborhoods in Miami.
Well, Major Food Group's moving more than just Carbone. I saw they have Salon in South of Fifth.
Right. They have Sidel's, and then they have Zizi's Bar, which is going to be a hidden club-like omakase experience, but it's kind of like a Soho house where you have to have a membership and get accepted, but harder to get into, more exclusive than Soho. Like Soho became kind of
Soho stepped your game up.
Really, so that's pretty exciting.
But it's really fun. Last Saturday night, I went for a friend's birthday with a bunch of couples. We went to Hasalon. It's an Israeli-style restaurant, and at nighttime on the weekend, at like 10:30 or so, it has that Kiki's Sea Spice turn-up party scene vibe. So it was like beautiful, delicious dinner, and then the whole place exploded, and there was dance music and people on tables. And it was absolutely amazing.
I love that.
Carbone, everybody knows, is a great favorite, and then now they're here. They have Sidel's here in Coconut Grove, where we are.
That's a great Jewish-style deli, and I think Miami needs more of that.
Well, Grutman's doing a lot of stuff in that space. What kind of restaurants is Grutman?
So he just opened Sushi Fly Chicken, which is a chicken restaurant, but also it's sushi. Interesting concept. Just like any crude hospitality restaurant, it turns into a party late at night.
I love it.
Like every other restaurant of his. So that's his newest concept. I mean, I know there's Sexy Fish from the London restaurateur Richard Caring.
Right?
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So Grutman's doing all kinds of really cool stuff. I mean, even here in the Grove, we have I'm just looking at it right now. Planta, which is like a plant-based sushi-style restaurant. And we have, like, just over here on the left of us, the Cipriani has the Mr. C, and at the rooftop they have Bellini. What other favorites do you have? Let's talk about Wynwood. Do you have any specifics in Wynwood that are?
Well, Hato just opened in Wynwood, which is Latin fusion, like Peruvian, Cuban, which is always really fun. I love any fusion restaurant just because their takes tend to be very interesting. The thing is that Wynwood to me has become a little touristy. So I personally don't go much. I rather go to neighborhoods like the Grove, South of Fifth, Brickell, where I live, just because I feel like Wynwood just has a very different vibe now.
Yeah. Well, the Grove has tons. I mean, we just passed, Fireman Derek's. We have Chugs, which is like a...
it's like a Cuban diner.
Modern Cuban diner with really cool stuff going on there. Great cafecitos. A lot of bikers come down this road in the morning and drink.
It's so pleasant. I mean, and there's also like the classics, Green Street.
Yeah, we have. I mean, just driving through this little section here, we're gonna have all the restaurants. But you have Green Street Cafe, Lulu's. One of my favorites is we have Locale.
I love Locale.
Which I think they renamed to Kush, but
Kush by Locale, like same thing, but incredible burger. I think one of the best in Miami. Absolutely.
Valentina, you did a book. It was published by, who was it? Simon
and Schuster. Very lucky to be published by one of the big ones, and it's called the Unofficial Tik Tok Cookbook. So it features all of those recipes that went viral on TikTok in the last 2 years. Especially a lot of stuff that we saw during the pandemic. So during quarantine time, I think so many of us were stuck at home trying to figure out what to do with our time, and so many creative recipes.
Everybody became a chef.
Literally, so many creative recipes came from that. So I think that, well, my book really features 75 recipes that were seen on TikTok, some of my own that I haven't published on Instagram before, so some never seen before recipes, and it did really well. It was being sold at Walmart, Target, Amazon, Barnes & Noble. Right here in the Grove, I think they still have some signed copies at
Books and Books?
Books and Books.
Oh, awesome. Books and Books is here in the Grove on Main Highway, right next to Panther Coffee, which is a local staple as well.
Mm-hmm. So perfect combo. You buy a book, then you drink coffee, you read it, you enjoy the Grove. So very lucky. We sold, I think we're at 40,000 copies, which is a lot for a cookbook, which I'm so proud of.
Sorry, they hate clapping in the microphone, but I'm excited.
So yeah, definitely really excited about that. I also feel very humbled.
Cool. So we're gonna stop now at one of Valentina's favorite local spots in Coconut Grove. What's the name of it?
B Bistro.
B Bistro.
It's my favorite breakfast spot.
Great little breakfast, pastries,
They
lots
also
of
have
color.
one in Brickell. The original one is in Brickell, and this is their second location.
Well, that's happening a lot. A lot of stuff that's in Wynwood and Brickell is now, again, Panther Coffee, Fireman Derrick's. There's a lot of these they're opening up second shops here in the Grove, because the Grove is a hot spot. It's just next to Brickell, so you're like easy access to get into downtown, but you're in this little seaside, right on the bay, tree canopy, very, very beautiful.
It's such a lovely neighborhood.
Spot.
I think everyone regrets not buying in the Grove like 3 years ago.
Absolutely. All right, well, we're gonna go and get some a bite to eat. You guys will join us on that trip, and then we'll wrap it up with a little bit of maybe some karaoke.
We'll see.
All right, stay tuned. Well, I don't drink coffee, as most people know. Me and coffee is a bad combination, because then you have all of this plus coffee, and then it's impossible to keep up with. They have the one that has the press, like the big steel one. Yeah. All right, so we're here at B Bistro, one of Valentina's favorite breakfast spots, you'd say?
Yeah, I would say so.
Show them what we got here. First of all, fresh squeezed orange juice, which is absolutely delicious.
Really amazing pastries.
Today was we came here a little on last minute notice. They are known for making the very elaborate pastries with
this one's
dulce
still
de
pretty
leche.
beautiful.
Gorgeous. Tell us a little bit about Miami Spice. What is Miami Spice?
So Miami Spice is a time of the year where a lot of restaurants in the area have a special menu, a prix-fixe menu for lunch and dinner, which is usually for lunchtime around $30, and for dinner around, is it what, 40, 50-ish?
I think it was $39 last time.
39. Hopefully they didn't raise the prices this year, but who knows?
Well, inflation, guys.
Still, it's very affordable, and it's a great way of trying out really expensive restaurants for a more affordable price.
Yeah, with like a fixed menu. You get like an appetizer, an entree, a dessert, a drink.
Yeah, it's a great way of exploring. I mean, we did it a ton for lunch, which is, I mean, the deal's like $27 for lunch.
Yeah, for the lunch is really
great. It's incredible.
And do you know what time of year that is?
I believe that starts in August.
In August, perfect.
So it should be like right after the summer, like in the slower season. It starts as a way of promoting restaurants during slow season, but I think Miami doesn't have a slow season anymore.
Yeah, well, it's a lot more for the. I feel like Miami Spice is like a local promotion. It's like really to like push local people to get out there in the slower season and go check out all the restaurants they might not have been able to get reservations at during the Food and Wine Festival. Which, if you're watching this again, you've already missed this year. But next year around February time, definitely one of the best times to come down to Miami and see all the stars, including Valentina and her influencer friends on Instagram. So one of the things we like to talk about on the show, which is not Miami related and not food related per se, but we like to ask people for something that no one else knows about them or they've never announced on any other show. What do you got for us? What's the juice?
Well, I've been giving this some thought, and I think that since I have I'm a bit of a public persona, people know a lot of stuff about me. But I think that the one thing I don't really talk about is just like my random talent where I can move one eye at a time.
Like a dolphin?
Like a dolphin.
No way.
Dolphins do that? They have like really seven
they can
eyes.
control both of their eyes and
Okay.
look and watch their kids and watch out for sharks and process them
I
separately.
can kind of do that.
Let me see. Can you do it for the camera?
Okay, I'll do it.
What? I love it.
And it's actually there's something wrong with my muscles.
And you had another one you said you could do.
I can touch my nose with my tongue.
Let me see it. You might want
This
to.
is terrible.
This is great. This is the best. Yes!
This is inappropriate.
I love it. What would be your favorite karaoke song? And we're going to sing it right here in front of all these people. We're going to serenade.
So I think my go-to karaoke song is "She Will Be Loved" by Maroon 5. Beauty queen,
Beauty queen.
only 18.
A little louder. We can't hear you for the
She had some trouble with herself. He was always there to help her.
She always belonged to someone else. I drove for miles and miles and wound up at your door. What's the next
Forget
one?
this
I
part.
went through so many times, but somehow I want more.
There.
I don't mind spending every day out in the corner in the pouring rain
Look for the girl
with a broken smile. After if she wants to stay a while,
and she
will be loved. She will be loved.
Okay, I'm done.
All right, that's good enough. We may have to erase that whole thing.
That's
Oh,
top
wow.
10 embarrassing moment.
Well, these pastries are absolutely delicious, by the way. I can't stop eating them. I'm supposed to be doing an interview, but I actually have a mouthful of food. All right, well, Valentina, I think we got to wrap because we're trying to keep these episodes short and concise because everybody's days are so busy. Thank you guys for joining us on episode 2 of Meyer on the Move. Thank you, Valentina, for being our very special guest. Valentina and I actually have long history, long before she was the big, widely known Sweet Portfolio who speaks on Good Morning America and Telemundo and the Today Show and publishes Simon & Schuster TikTok books and has 2 million followers. She had, I think when you started, what, you have 50, 60,000?
When I met you, I had 10,000 followers.
10,000 followers.
15 maybe.
And she actually came to us as an intern to help us with our social media game. So if you're seeing this on social media, Valentina built a lot of the foundational work for that. We now have teams in place to help us because we get busier, but really Valentina helped set us in that way. It's just more than just a food blogger. She's really a social media expert and just an icon of all things Miami. Thanks for joining us, and thank you guys for following along. My people have asked me to ask you to hit that subscribe button. I don't know if it's like here, there, or wherever, but click on the subscribe button so you get notifications. We have future episodes coming up with interior designers, Miami home building developers, and Picasso Homes is going to be joining us to check out some of these really cool,
exciting one.
really cool vacation homes that where you can buy fractional ownership in vacation homes. So thank you to Valentina, thank you to B Bistro, and follow us along on the next one.
Hi, thanks
Thanks
for
for
having
watching.
me.